Hello and welcome to Wednesday's Not Today with me, Mark Dennison. Hope you're doing all right. Here's what's coming up on today's show. Firstly, we're hearing concerns about how new local housing plans could take away control from communities about building on the green belt.
They've increased housing targets, sadly, across Gedling Borough by 45%. This site in Stoke Bardolph is back in the mix. And again, we're standing together with the residents to say, no, hands off the green belt.
On that shortly, plus we're catching up with homelessness charity The Friary as they prepare to go mobile. The West Bridgeford-based organisation has just purchased a new van to transport donations, and it's all thanks to the local community. Details on how they managed to do that's coming up soon. Also, there'll be murder on the dance floor when we cast our eyes back to the recent Splendour Festival and bring you our interview with Sophie Ellis-Bextor.
I like soaking up some of the atmosphere and seeing what's going on out in the field. So as soon as we had our lunch, we went for a big old wander, had a look around like the outskirts of Bulletin House, and it's beautiful out there.
In sport, Forest were back in action at the City Ground last night in a pre-season friendly with Fiorentina. The Reds brought home debuts for 3 new signings and got some more vital pre-season minutes under their belt. They couldn't quite manage anything else apart from a draw though. Full details on the game coming up later. We'll also hear from Stags boss Nigel Clough on how he feels his squad is shaping up as they prepare to return to Field Mill.
It's going to take time. It's going to take a few weeks, months, whatever, for everybody to truly settle in. You know, everybody's coming from different clubs, different ideas and so on. We're trying 1 or 2 different things ourselves.
So all of that and plenty more coming up for you. But firstly, councillors have been fighting back against new plans to develop homes on Gedling's green belts. The green fields, located near Stoke Bardolph, have been proposed for an ongoing development of more than 800 homes. And although the land was removed from initial plans in 2022, they're now back on the chopping block, causing concern for residents, as Jack Sims reports.
Could building new homes be breaking down rural communities? For residents in Stoke Bardolph, they seem to think so, as their local government is looking to level greenbelt land to make way for more housing. This land, situated near the village, was previously part of Gedling Borough Council's local plans and would be part of wider housing developments in the area. But in 2022, a petition backed by more than 1,000 people, as well as Trent Valley councillors, saw the land removed from plans. But now they're back in new drafts for local housing. This has caused concern from councillors such as Sam Smith, who says new central government housing targets have once again called them back into action.
Since then, the Labour government have come into power in London. They've increased housing targets, sadly, across Gedling Borough by 45%, which is an extra 600 odd houses a year here in Gedling. And they've redrawn the local plan. They've come forward with other site locations, and this site in Stoke Bardolph is back in the mix. And again, we're standing together with the residents and councillors to say, no, hands off the green belt.
We also spoke with residents about what their worries were as they face the potential loss of local greenery.
The issues I find are going to be so important is the fact, in all those years, none of the houses in this village have ever been flooded. However, every winter the river somewhere comes over the road, comes up into the fields. Now, beneath that grass, deep down, is grit, and the grass absorb it, and it eventually goes into the dikes and back into the river. What is going to happen when it's all concreted over?
If the houses were built with all the tarmac and all the concrete, the area at Stoke Lane is where the water soaks away and gives it time for the river to get rid of it, because the river is really good. The river flows at an amazing pace and gets rid of water, but it's got to go somewhere, and it's going to go down backing up the Ouse Dyke and flooding us from here. So I'm very concerned about flooding.
These residents are currently having their say through consultations lasting until September the 1st, where they hope their objections on the Greenbelt development will finally be cemented. Jack Sims for Notts TV.
Gedling Borough Council says all possible development sites will be reviewed for the impact on landscape and draining, with an assessment of all possible alternative sites to be undertaken too. The council also says it won't make any decisions contrary to recommendations by the lead local flood authority. Time for our first guests of the show now, and a homelessness charity in Nottingham has taken delivery of an electric van to help transport donations thanks to support from the local community. The Friary, based in West Bridgford, will use the vehicle to collect and deliver items such as food and household appliances after its previous diesel van became unreliable and too expensive to run. Here to tell us all about it is Chief Executive Ben Talbot and garage proprietor David Drew. Gents, good to see you both. Thanks for coming in. David, we'll come to you in just a minute. Ben, firstly, why an electric van?
It's something we've been thinking about for a while. We've had our van for a number of years. It's served us well, but we felt like we needed a slight change for various reasons. Capacity, a bit around reliability, as you've already said, but in general it was just a bit of a change, and we felt that going electric was also something that we wanted to do. So it felt like the right thing to do. David's somebody who we've worked with for many years and does a great job in servicing our vehicles. So when we got to that point, we thought, well, let's talk to David, see what he thinks, and he was in agreement with that move, and we haven't looked back really. So the result is what you've shown there.
Good. Any downsides? Because anyone that's gone electric often talks about range anxiety, things like that.
The beauty of what we need it for is that we need it for short distances. So we're going around the Nottingham area, picking up items, delivering items, helping out our service users, picking up donations from general public. But overall, we're not doing more than sort of 40 to 50 miles as a maximum in a day. The beauty as well of the support we've had is we've been able to fit our own charging point at the centre as part of the donation, and therefore we can go out, do a run, come back, recharge the van without having to go to a garage or petrol station, and we're back out on the road again the next day. So it's just perfect for our needs, really.
Happy days. Let's talk to David a little bit. Thanks for coming in, by the way. Good to see you. So what's been your involvement then? What have you brought to the table?
Well, I've been a founder member of Trentbridge Rotary Club, and we've supported the Friary ever since the beginning, so for the last 30 years or more, with help pretty well every year. The staff at the Friary have been lovely customers, as with their own cars as well as the vans, which we've looked after and tried to help as much as we can. We had some funds available from the Trentbridge Rotary Club, which gelled very nicely with this project. We supplied a couple of vans for somebody else who wanted short distances as well, because these early generation vans only have very small range. I think this van we've got technically is only supposed to do 80 miles, but it fits in with the Friary very well. And because of the low range, the prices have plummeted. So we've been able to plug into a very low mileage 3-year-old van, which suits them well.
Right.
And Trentbridge Rotary Club being able to sponsor that, and there was a trust as well, which came with some money as well. So we've covered all the costs.
Brilliant. Why are you and your Rotary colleagues so keen to help the Friary? What is it about the charity?
Well, we like to support local charities with specific things rather than giving lumps of money that, I won't say get squandered, but we like to be quite specific. Projects like this, are ideal, and it really is a lovely local charity, and we can see the results. But we sponsor some football clubs and all sorts of other things, and it's a joy to do.
Good. Ben, just quickly tell us about your, I know you've got a couple of Forest shirts that you are fundraising with at the moment. New season around the corner, of course.
Yeah, so we've also got something else going on with a new retailer in Nottingham, Glass Onion, who are a vintage clothing retailer, who've set up a raffle in aid of the Friary for £1 a ticket to raffle 2 Forest shirts. One is a last season shirt signed by the first team. Another one is a shirt from the early 90s. So a bit there for everybody, older Forest fans and the modern day Forest fan. And every penny raised comes to the charity. So we are talking about this and trying to encourage people to go to the Glass Onion website and or the Friary social media. If you go into any of that, you'll find some information on it, and give it a go. Give it a go. Pay £1 and try and win one of the shirts.
Excellent stuff. Ben and David, thank you for coming in. Appreciate your time. Thank you and all the best.
Thank you.
On to other Notts news now, and police have arrested a teenager who was suspected of carrying a knife and dealing drugs after being called to a Nottingham pub. Officers were alerted that a teenager at a pub on Hartness Road in Clifton could be in possession of a blade at about 8 p.m. on Saturday evening. When they spotted a suspect walking away, searchers found 2 machetes, multiple phones and a bag of suspected Class A drugs. Searchers of a Clifton address also found knives, a blank firing pistol and cash. The 15-year-old boy was then arrested on suspicion of several offences. Next, a woman has been charged after 6 flats were evacuated following a fire in Nottingham. The emergency services were called to North Sherwood Street shortly before 6 a.m. on Monday, with firefighters discovering a sofa and mattress on fire inside one of the flats. 42-year-old Claire Graham of North Sherwood Street was then arrested and charged with arson with intent to endanger life, arson with recklessness as to whether life was endangered, and possessing a Class B drug. She appeared before Nottingham Magistrates Court on Tuesday. We're going to take a short break now. When we come back after that, we'll be jumping on the Groove Jet as we bring you our chats at Splendid with Sophie Ellis-Bextor. And we've also got your full sport roundup as well, featuring Nigel Clough and details of that Forest pre-season friendly game last night at the City Ground. All of that next. Hello, welcome back to Wednesday's show with me, Mark Dennison. Hope you're doing all right today. Here's what's happening in Notts today. Firstly, politicians across Notts are giving different views on how the city and county's future local government landscape could look. All councils in Nottingham and Nottinghamshire could soon disband, so larger unitary authorities covering bigger areas can be created, with options including Nottingham and Broxtowe merging, with either Gedling or Rushcliffe and the other areas forming a second council. The Nottingham City Council wants to explore an option where urban areas like Arnold, West Bridgford and Beeston join a larger city boundary. Next, a new tenant could soon move into Nottingham's former Wilko store. A sign has been placed on the Parliament Street shop confirming the building is on the offer, meaning it could be brought back to life nearly 2 years after it closed for good. Other Wilko stores in the country have turned into Poundland or B&M branches, but Poundland is currently going through its own restructuring. B&M says it's not taking up the vacant Nottingham store. What a mystery. And moving on from shopping to splendour now, as we dance our way back to Wilson Park and Nottingham's biggest party of the summer. Thousands of fans flocked to the Deer Park to enjoy people like Jake Bugg, Kaiser Chiefs, Natasha Bedingfield and Sophie Ellis-Bextor braving the rain and the storms to sing their hearts out. And as we reflect on what was a great weekend, here's our exclusive interview with the murder on the dance floor icon, Sophie Ellis-Bextor, who caught up with Al Booth on the Notts TV bus.
Hello, welcome back to the back of the Notts TV bus. I'm joined by the brilliant Sophie Ellis-Bextor. Thank you for coming on the bus.
Thank you for having me.
When was the last time you were on a bus like this?
Oh, what, these old ones?
Yeah.
I feel like the last time might be my sister's wedding. She hired one to take her from the registry office to the party. But if you're going to say last time on the bus, that was like, well, I don't know, 4 days ago.
Right, okay.
Yeah. I like
so many memories from 4 days ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But these are beautiful, these are ones.
Now you're performing later on the main stage, obviously.
Yeah.
How do you prepare on a day like today, backstage?
Well, whenever I do festivals, my favourite thing is actually to go and have a little wander around. I like soaking up some of the atmosphere and seeing what's going on out in the field. So as soon as we had our lunch, we went for a big old wander, had a look around like the outside skirts of Bulletin House, and it's beautiful out there. And yeah, just sort of see how people are feeling, what's going on. Got myself a coffee out there, all good.
This festival live chat. Now you have no recollection of this, but I interviewed you. Was it around 2000, 2001 when Brewjet came out?
And
2000 then. Victoria Beckham, Dave Bowers, and Ice Cream, complete out was mine, versus you. And now here we are today, and and you're a national treasure.
Oh, that's nice of you to say so. I mean, to be honest, that was a really happy time, that 2000, because it was such a whirlwind, and yeah, I still happily sing Grave Jet, and it's about to have its 25th birthday next month. So
That's crazy, isn't
I'm
it?
grown up now.
Now, I'd like to point to you, I've never ever bought artist merch before.
Oh, yeah.
However, can I just show my shoes?
Yes.
When you, that line in your song, you're going to burn the goddamn house right down. I purposely bought these for you.
And nicely, it still doesn't constitute as artist merch. So it's inspired by, but not branded. So
Okay.
you haven't broken your role.
You're not going to get a pen. No, I'd happy to do for you. I think we've grown up together. Going on to where we are now, I say we, because we're very similar age, you see. So, tell us about your new album, because it's brilliantly titled.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, so my 8th album is called Perimenopop. It's coming out in September, and it's a celebration, I suppose, of where I'm at in my life, but also my long love affair with pop disco. So yeah, it's quite a celebratory sort of record, pretty optimistic, I'd say.
Yeah, and my partner is she's again grown up with you, that sort of thing, and she's like, yes, we're being recognised, our age being recognised, but I just love dancing in the disco, and in the disco in the kitchen.
Yeah, exactly, and I think it's nice as an artist to weave in your experience and age, because it informs what you're up to, and for me it was a pretty crucial part of the songwriting, really, was doing all the things that I know make me happy because I've learned.
Yeah.
So that it was really important to weave in. I'm 46 and I'm happy about it.
What's up next for you then? Because I've got a game show, because I know you present as well. Have you ever thought of hosting your own game show?
Well, I don't know about hosting one, but I love participating. I've done loads of game shows.
Yeah.
I've done everything from sort of Family Fortunes to Pointless and all of those things. I love it. Catchphrase. I'm in.
How about one called Murder on the Dance Floor?
Yeah.
Okay, so different artists, it's a bit like Cluedo, different artists murder on the dance floor, but with what? So someone could murder someone with a bad karaoke performance, bad dance performance, terrible shoes and merch.
These aren't terrible shoes. I mean, let's flesh that out. Let's do a little pitch together.
Excellent.
And we'll take it to the companies and see what they think.
Brilliant. Well, I don't want
commissioned by autumn.
Yeah, I don't want it to be on the back of your mind when you're performing later, but it's just for now.
No, it's giving me something to think about. I like it.
Excellent. Thank you so much for coming on and
Not at
humouring me.
all. I can't wait. It's nice to be back at Splendour. I have very happy memories of the last time I was here, so it's good to be back.
Time for some sport now, and we'll start with Mansfield Town, who got their League One season underway with a defeat, playing away at Nigel Clough's old side, Burton Albion. They lost 2-1, courtesy of a brilliant brace by Charlie Webster, either side at half-time, and Clough said he saw a lot of positive signs from his side. The Stags return to Field Mill for their first home match of the campaign on Saturday when they take on Doncaster. Talking ahead of that one, Clough said his squad will take time to settle.
It's going to take time. It's going to take a few weeks, months, whatever, for everybody to truly settle in. You know, everybody's coming from different clubs, different ideas, and so on. We're trying one or two different things ourselves, so it's just going to take time. But some encouraging signs amongst it all as well. Say some good little bits of play, some good patterns of play, and you never know if we'd have scored that goal early on. I think it would have changed the course of the game. Well, it's built to be a bit more resilient in terms of the injuries if we get them. We've only got, fortunately, a couple at the moment, but you know, the three that couldn't make the 18 even, we're very happy with the depth of the squad.
As for Forest, the Reds returned to the City Ground last night for their penultimate pre-season friendly, drawing 0-0 with Serie A side Fiorentina. Nuno handed first home appearances to new signings Ndoye, Jesus and Cunha, with Morgan Gibbs-White captaining the Reds just a week after signing a new contract at the City Ground. Neither side could muster a goal, though Forest are back at the City Ground this weekend against Saudi side Al Qadsiya in their final pre-season game. Across the Trent, Notts County have confirmed that midfielder Riley Reynolds has joined Kidderminster on loan for this season. The 19-year-old made 32 appearances for the Harriers last time out as they reached the National League North playoff semi-finals, and will be hoping to help them secure promotion to the National League this time around. The club wished him luck on his return to the West Midlands side. In cricket, Tom Moores smashed a career best as Notts Outlaws launched their one-day cup campaign with victory over Essex. was hit 148 runs from 93 balls at the John Fretwell Centre yesterday, his best ever return in senior cricket, with 5 sixes and 18 fours as the Outlaws recovered to 283 for 9 in their 50 overs. Next up for Notts in the One Day Cup is a match with Worcestershire Rapids at the John Fretwell Centre on Thursday before they travel to Derby on Sunday. And a rural cricket club chairman says nearly £60,000 investment will improve facilities and unleash players' skills. Edwinstowe Community Cricket Club's player base has grown dramatically over the last 6 years. It was in need of improvements to meet their needs. Now, though, it'll get developer contributions from a new housing estate on Thoresby Colliery to install solar panels which can reduce energy bills. It'll also create a new training facility designed to improve batting and bowling techniques of its players. Now, elsewhere on Notts TV, we've already shown the final episode of the Notts TV Book Club, closing the final chapter on 4 great series of literature, poetry and conversation. Becky Cullen was always joined by a great panel of bookworms to talk about their favourite work, and on the final episode they talked about some of the best books they've enjoyed across the 4 series. You can catch up with the full show on demand or on our YouTube channel right now.
Let's move on then to do a bit of a review of your favourite books from the series. So some of these you may have read and some of them hopefully if you've been on the show you've read them talking about them, but some of them you might know anyway. So let's go to you first, Jaden. Which one did you pick as a favourite from the show?
The one that came out on top was Keep in the House by Tija Jin. It's a brilliant book. I was really taken off guard by it when I read it. I don't really know what I was expecting because I knew it was set in East London. It was about being a young woman in like an underground Turkish drug trade, and I kind of went into it with quite an open mind and then was completely bamboozled by the beauty of the craft in the writing, the storytelling. And I follow Tija's career since I read the book, and everything she does is very, very cool. So
really is cool.
Yeah.
We have to go to one of her DJ nights.
Yes.
Absolutely do, yeah.
Please.
Yeah, it's a really great book, isn't it? I know, Hannah, you're very fond of it as well.
I'm very fond of it, but I think for all the reasons that Jaden says, I think also Tija as an artist has this great vision of how you can have words and music and film together and really animates what storytelling can be and look like in very, very different ways. I'm, like Jaden, always excited to see what she's doing because it's unexpected.
And also, I can't see cabbages in the same way as anymore. I'm always expecting a cabbage to have a stack of heroin.
Time now for your picture of the day. This one's come from Helen Green. And don't forget you can send us your photos too. Just tag Notts_TV via Instagram. We'd love to show you your pictures on the telly. Weather-wise, things are brightening up a bit over the next few days and warming up too. We've had some sunshine today. It's been around 23 degrees. It's going to drop down to 14 Celsius overnight tonight. Tomorrow is similar, highs of 23 and lows of 13. Friday getting a little bit warmer. Highs of 24 degrees, lows of 13. Visibility is pretty good and pollen levels are relatively low. Well, that's just about the end of the show. Thank you to all of our great guests, and just to let you know, you can keep up to date via our social media. I just mentioned our Instagram channel. We're on X and Facebook as well. Emma's here at the usual time, 5:30 tomorrow, to do it all over again with the latest news. Meantime, goodbye.